Hey, what's going on, fam? Welcome to your boy show again, Practical Moments with Will. And today, I want to take the time and I want to talk about the subject. Some pressure doesn't come from people, it really does come from within, okay? I guess what you say, the weight we carry that no one actually asks us to hold. That's what's going on, within, okay? So, for those of you who don't know me, as I always say, my name is Will. Welcome to Practical Moments with Will, where we talk about what? Real life, real faith, and we do it with no filter. Okay, so let's get into it today. Okay. So I've been thinking about pressure lately, and I've been talking a lot about it. Okay. But I'm not talking about the obvious kind of pressure. I'm not talking about deadlines or expectations for that people may be putting on you. I'm not talking about responsibilities that you can point to, that you can externalize and say that's where the pressure is coming from. I'm really talking about the pressure that comes from the inside. Okay, that's the kind that nobody can truly see. Okay, the kind that nobody actually asks you to carry. You just end up carrying it yourself. Because the truth of the matter is, if we're honest, some of the heaviest pressure we feel was never spoken out loud. It's eternal. Okay, it goes on the inside of you, and I'm telling you, I speak from experience. It sounds like I should be further by now. That's me. I shouldn't need help. How foolish is that thought? But we think that. I shouldn't be able to handle, or I should be able to handle this. You put all that pressure on yourself. Um, and I guess what really makes it tricky is you can't really argue with that kind of pressure, because there's no person to push back um, that energy onto, okay? And there's no real situation that you need to fix. This pressure essentially is living in your head, you know. You start holding yourself to standards you would never put on anyone else. Come on now. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. You give everybody else grace, but what do? You give yourself deadlines. You let all these people around you rest, but you keep telling yourself to keep pounding, keep pushing. Okay. And over time, what happens is that pressure starts to harden into identity. And you don't even realize that that pressure is there anymore. It just feels like normal. You know what I mean? It feels normal until you get exhausted. And then when you get exhausted, you can't quite figure out why. Well, here's what I noticed, okay? Internal pressure is sneaky because it disguises itself as discipline. In fact, it can feel very responsible, even mature. Hello? Y'all, I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about. I've lived this stuff, okay? It can feel like it's high character, okay? But discipline never allows rest, okay? It turns into self punishment over time. And that does the damage very quietly because now even good days just don't seem to feel good enough. Hello, somebody. I know I'm talking to somebody out there. You're always measuring, you're always evaluating, you know. You always seem like you're behind, but you're always behind where? In your own head, okay? And nobody told you to live like that. You told yourself that. Hello, somebody. So, if that sounds like you and this hits close to home today, hear this, okay? Not all pressure is wisdom, okay? And not all standards are truth. Sometimes the most faithful thing that you can do is question the voice that keeps telling you that you're behind. You don't need to earn permission to breathe. You don't, okay? And you don't need to prove that you're worthy of the rest that you're worthy of. I mean, um, letting go of unnecessary pressure is not lowering the bar. It's really learning how to live without crushing yourself under it. I mean, think about it, when you be on that 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 weight set and you're lifting it up, and you know you're trying to get it up off of you. That's what that pressure does when it's on the inside, and you're crushing yourself under that pressure. And stop it. I mean, and I'm just trying to be real and raw. Stop it. There's no reason for you to do this to yourself. Anyway, that's all I got for today. I hope that this speaks to you. I hope it hits you where you are. Share it with somebody. Maybe it encouraged them today. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.